What's up, everybody? It's your boy JD back again with another video. It's time for the beginning after the end, chapter 181, Misplaced Anger chapter review. If you guys want to catch the full reaction, join the Patreon, join the YouTube channel memberships, or you can go ahead and follow me on Twitch where I do, I go live every Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. 12 p.m. Eastern, and 9 a.m. Pacific. And we, go through the chapter live, man. Live reaction, full blown. So, this chapter wasn't really as crazy as I thought it was gonna be. If you guys remember in the last chapter review video I did, I thought mainly Tess was just gonna maybe kind of go on a rampage or something, but it turns out it was actually the opposite. And we're gonna get to what I mean on that. So pretty much Varian, Arthur, and Tess, they go down to the catacombs or the catatombs. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. And pretty much they go and show Tess where Cynthia is being kept. Now an interesting part is as they're walking down these steps into this dark dungeon, Tess says, "Why is Cynthia being kept down here? This is for murderers and traitors." And I'm sitting like, "Girl, you just don't know." And I'm like, why these people not telling you? They should be telling you why and what happened, bro. But it's clear as this chapter keeps going why they didn't tell her. Or why they didn't think to tell her. Because I'm like, bro, you should be telling her why she's kept in this specific place where these other specific beings are normally held. Just throwing it out there. And then we get to the casket. Now this shit was funny as hell. It wasn't really funny, but it was just like, oh shit. So we got guards and her casket is being held in a goddamn jail cell. I'm like, Tess, you gotta put two and two together, my girl. You gotta put two and two together. You gotta be like, did something happen? Like something? I mean, I know you still in kind of shock that she's even dead, so you're not really thinking about it. But like her tomb is just in a cell where murderers and traitors are kept. I'm just saying. Might want to put two and two together. So she sees the casket, she starts crying, and Varian tells her that only a few people know of her death. This isn't a widespread thing. It's only a couple of people, and trying to keep it under wraps for the most part. And Tess was like, nah, this isn't right. She deserves a ceremony in front of the public with all the people, she's taught, her students, the professors, past students. Everybody should be here to pay their respects and to mourn her. And, for everything she did for the continent. And that, she doesn't deserve to be kept in this prison. Me, I'm like, yeah, until you know what she did and what she was, your thoughts might change just a tad, because I guarantee you, word gets out on what Cynthia actually was and what she actually did, even though she did change, things will be a lot different. And I don't think you want that, because if you want her memory to be, what you remember her and what a lot of people remember her, this is probably the best way as to not making this a widespread thing. If anything, you can say she was fighting in a war and she died. She was killed fighting. That might be a better spin on it. She was fighting for our side and she ended up dying. The truth still can come out on what she did, even if that is the case, if they choose to try and spin it and go that route. But it may be a little better. So Varian's like, yeah, we not gonna do that. That's probably not a good idea. And Tess then snaps, bro. She snaps, which I figured she would. I just didn't know what was about to take place was actually gonna be the worst shit ever, at least for her. So she starts yelling at Varian like, how could you keep this from me? And when were you gonna tell me? If I haven't heard you and Arthur during the door, were you ever gonna tell me? Like, so she was like, were you going to tell me in weeks, months after the war? Were you ever going to tell me? And then she says, is there anything else you're hiding? And then she started crying, and that's when I know Varian about to buckle, boy. Varian is about to let this all blow out. I promise you, that boy knees was buckling. He was about to spill all the beans. That floodgate was opening because Tess started crying, and she said, "Out of everything I've done to show you how mature I was, that I've grown, you still treat me like a child." And the look on Varian's face, Varian was about to buckle. That boy was like, I can't lie to this girl anymore, bro. I can't do it. But guess who stepped in? Arthur. Arthur said, "Cause bitch, you are a child." He didn't use those actual words. The provocative word, he didn't use that, but you get what I'm trying to say. He said, "Yeah, cause you are a child." And I thought it was Varian. I thought when I first read it, I'm like, "Oh shit, Varian's snapping." And then when they turned it to Arthur, I was like, "Arthur?" Had to take a sip of water. I was like, "Oh shit, what's going on here? Let me get prepared." But I was not prepared for the shit that was taking place. And then they really started fighting, and Arthur was like, "Bro, you a child. It ain't that deep, low key. It ain't that deep. You don't even understand why she's being kept here and why nobody said anything. You throwing a tantrum. You're young. You're stupid." And I'm like, "Oh shit, Arthur, what the fuck's gotten into you?" So then I realized, I'm like, well, maybe he's taking the advice of Lord Ender and was like, I need to kind of distance myself away from Tess. That's where I thought we was going with this. Turns out it was mainly all because of Arthur's parents going to war, which I do get that he can be upset by that, his parents going to war. Did I think that was maybe enough to make him snap on Tess? Not necessarily. Now if it was in combination with trying to distance himself from her and his parents, I will understand it more. But I do understand why he's upset with his parents joining the war. I said it from jump. I think this is a dumb idea. I think it's very selfish of them to, what your son, even though part of it, they probably don't even consider him their real son. They're just like, yo, yeah, you have our genes as far as the physical, but you're not really us in the mental, so it's tough. It's tough for our boy, man. It is fucking tough. I get it. I understand. It is tough. It is rough because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. And if Arthur was indeed like a regular ass kid, bro, this man will break the fuck down, bro. Because it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. You're on the front lines. You're like one of the main people that's going to be in this fucking war. And you're going to be fighting people who have unimaginable strength compared to the Lancers, which are supposedly the most powerful people you guys have. And they were getting their asses handed to them. So it is not out of the realm of possibility. It was like, bro, I got a lot of shit to deal with. On top, Tess joined the war. So now I got to deal with Tess and like the mental state of having to prepare myself for the worst case scenario of Tess dying. Not to mention all my friends who I've made at this academy. Making myself, okay that if they die, I can be okay. Sylvie, Varian, so many other people. It's like, it's a lot of shit. And then to top it all off, your parents like, we coming in, and it's like, I ain't got time for that. Our boy like, I don't have time for that. So then we go into a flashback of Arthur, aka Gray, back when he was a kid. He's in the orphanage and he's talking to the headmistress in charge of the orphanage. I think her name was Wilbeck. Yeah, Headmaster Wilbeck. And she was like, yo, I know what you're doing. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I know what you're doing. And I'm gonna need you to stop. And pretty much they was like, and because you're like, look, we don't need any more donations, random strange donations to the orphanage. The government said they're gonna take over and they're gonna give us funding. I think she was bullshitting, but whatever. And then we go into this girl, Cecilia, that she asks Gray and his friend Nico, who we saw in the flashback earlier, a couple of chapters ago when him and Gray was out selling and stealing and all that other crap. and asks him to look how are things going with befriending this girl. And apparently she's like a fucking black cat on Friday the 13th. Like everybody's like just bad shit happens around her. And for whatever reason, Headmaster Beck wants them to be friends with her. Whatever the true reason is, that's what she wants. But it was something she said as they were talking and trying to get her to befriend her. And she was like, don't try to understand her, just be a friend. And then when it's time, she would tell you, she will tell you what she needs when it's time. And a couple of other little things and tidbits in there. And I'm like, what is up with this girl Cecilia? And what is it that is so special about her? And you like, trust me, it's going to come, and it's going to be something very important. I'm like, what is up with this girl that you really want him to be close to her? Who knows? And then she was like, do you understand? And Grace said, yes, mother. I'll keep that in mind. And then she said, it's Headmaster Wilbeck to you, Gray. So my question was, in this chapter, is this indeed Gray's mother? Or is she just a mother figure? That's kind of the big thing that I had in this chapter. Other than the whole Cecilia thing, the test shit, it was crazy just seeing them fight, and they were throwing, they were going at it. They were throwing the slurs. Mamas and sisters got involved. It was crazy. But really the big thing was the whole Cecilia part and what the mystery surrounding her is, and also Headmaster Wilbeck, aka Mother. So is that really his mother or just a mother figure? I'm going to lean probably just a mother figure until we get further confirmation. I don't know. I don't know. She's old. I don't know if they really look alike or not. It's an orphanage, so obviously I'm assuming just a mother figure. That's what I'm assuming. But that was pretty much the end. That was pretty much the gist and the whole of the chapter. It wasn't nothing entirely crazy, but it did give us some tidbits and some interesting nuggets to keep an eye out for. I did say earlier, like a long time ago, that I do think this people in Gray's past, or Arthur, and we're gonna go, have been reincarnated as well, and they just haven't figured it out yet. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking we've already met one of them who has now been kidnapped. And I think that's Nico. I'm not entirely sure. I am guessing. I am a webtoon only. I have not read the light novel, and I will not read the light novel. I'll read it when the webtoon is over. But that's what I'm thinking. Just based off of everything that's happened, the little tidbits that was said during certain things, and I think Cecilia was a catalyst in this. The whole Great Kakashi Obito Ren story. I think that's what's really going on here. I could be totally wrong, but I think that's what's going on here. But that's pretty much it for today, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. You did. Make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys believe that this is a whole Kakashi Ren Obito type thing as far as Cecilia, Arthur, and Nico? Or not Arthur, Gray, same shit. Or do you guys think that is probably something different? Obviously, if you read the light novel, do not tell me. I want to remain stupid and figure it out on my own. Don't tell me shit. And also, what do you guys think about the whole blow up situation of Arthur and Tess going at it? And the catalyst behind it wasn't anything about distancing himself from Tess or trying to shut off his heart to her, but mainly he's just pissed about his parents going to war. And do you think Headmaster Beck or Will Beck is Gray's actual mother or just a mother figure? You guys want to keep up with me though? Twitch, Twitter, Discord links, all of that is in the description as well. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.